Hi everybody. I'm so glad to be here, and I'm glad you're here. And I have received Happy Mail from the sweet Arlene Adkins Zell. And thank you so much, Arlene. She sent me a zine, and I want to tell you what her note says. Sometimes I really need to create, but I'm simply not up to it. So I make zines out of things that make me smile. I hope pretty bottles make you smile too. They do, Arlene, they do. And she writes this on notes on the other side of T.D. Jakes. Reposition yourself. And it's daily prompts, daily things. And this is her zine. I'll show you. It's bottles. It's about bottles, pretty bottles that she has cut out. And then it looks like she painted her paper first and then glued the pretty bottles on. And it's just all kinds of pretty bottles, and I love them. I love that she did this for me, because sometimes I don't feel like I'm not up to it either. And so I love the metallic paint. It looks like bronze. The end. Zines are really fun, everybody. If you have never made a zine, it's great. And you can use any piece of paper to recycle to make a zine. And this is how you do it. You take a piece of paper, any size, and rectangle is great, and you fold it in half the long way. So, hot dog fold. And then you cut it right along here. So after you fold it, hot dog fold, then you fold it in 8 different sections. And open your paper. And just cut right along here. I love that she did that. I have a lot of this kind of paper. And then you fold it once again in half. And you take one side and fold it in, and the other side and fold it in. And you're ready to go. And she did a great job. This is great. I'm not very good at showing it, but this is a great job. And you glue on, you collage on, or do art on the different sections, both front and back. And where it starts is the second block, and just keep going, and keep going, and keep going, and then it ends on the last block. That's awesome. So this is great. Thank you, Arlene, so much. And she decorated the outside of the envelope. With this, she glued a heart. She cut a heart and glued it. And then a sticker and a little butterfly to make sure it flies here okay. I appreciate it so much. I'll have to leave a note for you to let you know that my address has changed, and so you can see what my address is. I'm just going to do a couple of these political cards. I've had these forever. I worked on them for a while. I don't see a date on them, but these are years old. When he ran for, this is my friend Bill, and he ran for the school board, for the Peoria School Board. And the other thing I'd like to do is some mark making. Mark making on some different kinds of papers. I'm going to use, this is Amazon packing paper, and I've done coffee dyeing on it. Let me see how I'm doing. I'm staying in shot. Yep. And then I've got some envelope windows. And these were from my bee journal. I sort of kind of cut a hive. And this is another kind of envelope, so I think I'm going to start with the envelope. Please forgive me if I get confused. That happens. Confusion happens. This is coffee dyed as well. And this is a Spanish to English dictionary, which I love. It's been a great day here. It's super hot, but it's not, the temperature is not super high. So the good part about that is that we're getting a little bit of humidity, and that helps. So I'm not sure about the high temp. I think it was about 104, 105 maybe. And when I say humidity, I'm talking 13%. So you guys can laugh at us. But it's a lot more pleasant than the super high temperatures with the lower humidity. So I'm just glad for that. So I'm just gluing this down. Across what will be the fold, as you can see. Oh, if you hear squeaking in the background, I have my YouTube on Tiny Kittens. Tiny Kittens is a feral cat rescue, and they are in, and one of them they're mewing. They just had some food, and now they were sleeping, and some really quiet, lovely, nice music was playing, so I just left it on, and now I've got a kitten mewing in the background. So if she keeps on mewing, I'll just turn it off, turn it on mute for a little while. These kittens were rescued from a property that is near the Tiny Kittens Rescue, and they were orphaned by a coyote some coyotes that got their mom and dad. So that is what happens sometimes when cats are in the wild. Very sad, but it's a good thing that there are cat rescues around, like Tiny Kittens. And the people that live on the property put them inside the greenhouse, their greenhouse, and I guess then they took them in and tried to feed them for a few days, but there's 5. And that's a lot of kittens to feed and take care of while until they can eat food on their own. It's just a lot. So the people called Tiny Kittens for help, and the Tiny Kittens people went out and got them and brought them back so that they could raise them until they could be adopted. It's a lot of very hard work, but it's good that someone is doing it, because I guess the saying is every life matters, and I'm a firm believer in that. I might have to get my water if I start coughing. Yeah. This paper is old, and it has just the right amount of turning color. On the other side, on the edges. And it won't make the envelope stronger. So if I should happen to go too long and not check, it's at 28 minutes, so I'm going to be out of time in about 4 minutes. So I'm going to try to finish this up in 4 minutes. And if you would please subscribe, thumbs up, and leave me a sweet comment. I had some really sweet comments on the bee journal flip through. Really appreciate it. And I'll just cut off the edges there. And then I'll continue making this. This is a flip out pocket after I'm inspired by what Maggie did, Magz Lockley. Magz did on her last video. Absolutely so inspired. And she was making flip outs for multiple flip outs for her project. Very cool. So I'll let this dry first so I don't get the glue on my scissors, and then I'll trim it around the edges. And thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate it so much. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye-bye.